Fifth Dimensional Leadership. By Suzan Caroll. August 28, 2012. Greetings, we are the Arcturians. We are here and here now to talk to you about Fifth Dimensional Leadership. We will begin by telling all of you that you are already leaders, or you would not be interested in expanding your innate leadership into its fifth dimensional expression. You have known or are now remembering, even if this knowing was unconscious to your daily life, that you would be called upon one day to make a contribution to your planetary ascension. Therefore, we ask that each of you begin to ask us personally, in your meditations and through your journaling, exactly what specific contribution you volunteered to give to Gaia before you took this form. It is important to remember that you are not your body. You are wearing your body. That is, the third-dimensional resonance of your multidimensional self is wearing your current body. We say current for your body will transmute along with your consciousness. We will now begin to give you a foundation for the definition of fifth-dimensional leadership. For one thing, this form of leadership is the higher expression of your third-dimensional leadership. Therefore, you will continue to lead in whatever fashion you are leading now, except that your consciousness will be expanding more and more each day. Because of your ever-expanding consciousness, your thoughts, emotions, creative ideas and physical form will resonate to higher and higher expressions. For example, your thoughts will become increasingly multidimensional, and you will no longer find that your thinking binds you to old 3D paradigms that are rapidly becoming extinct. With your thoughts free of many of the limitations and concepts of separation that have ruled your life so far, your emotions are becoming free of fear and based on love. Furthermore, your love is becoming unconditional. Therefore, you will become increasingly tolerant of others, whether or not you agree with the path they have taken. Of course, the energy that you put out returns back to you. Thus, the unconditional love that you send out will instantly return into the portal of your high heart. It is through this portal that you shall lead in a fifth-dimensional manner. You shall, also, lead via your multidimensional consciousness, so that you will always be able to perceive the higher frequency expression of every situation. Through your opened third eye you will be able to look into the matrix of any situation to resolve it in the deepest fashion, as well as perceive each situation from a higher dimensional perspective. The joy of fifth-dimensional leadership is that there is no separation from those that you lead. Therefore, there will be no necessity for a leader to be lonely in his or her position, as you will be in unity consciousness with all that you lead. We say all rather whomever, for you may not be leading humans. You may find that your leadership is directed towards the animal or plant kingdom. You may even find your leadership is to be focused on communion with the body of Gaia. The most important element is that you shall be one with all that you lead. We understand that you still carry a corporeal form. Therefore, there are still the limitations of having a job, paying your bills, taking care of your family, and the fatigue that comes with your busy physical life. Remember that your earth vessel is the temple for your great consciousness that you have refined back into its true, multidimensional status. Therefore, remember to care for your body first, so that you can be at your best when you care for others. Because you have allowed yourself to acknowledge your innate leadership abilities, you are also able to recognize that your creative force is the tool through which you will lead. You will lead through that which you love to do. In other words, if you love to write, you will lead through writing. If you love to create art, you will lead through your art forms. If you love to exercise, you will lead through bodily movement, etc., etc. In other words, you will not change yourself to become a leader. Instead, you will own that you are already a fifth-dimensional leader. You will be a leader by being yourself and by sharing your greatest creative gifts. It is through your creative expression that you will touch the hearts of others. Some have a gift for conversation, others for healing, others for empathy, etc., etc. You will not change or improve yourself to be a fifth-dimensional leader. You will love and accept yourself unconditionally. In this manner, Your leadership will be based on unconditional love and acceptance. As a fifth-dimensional leader, you will realize that you can only give away that which you have. Therefore, you will not ask of others what you cannot give in return. Also, the concept of others will dim within the unity consciousness of fifth-dimensional leadership. You will also remember to honor yourself and your process of being a leader, so that you can honor those in your circle of influence. In fact, you may never tell anyone that you are a fifth-dimensional leader because you have gained freedom from your ego. Therefore, you can't now be a leader, not because you want to be, but because you already are. Your leadership will not come from you, but rather through you. Your multidimensional self will be your leader, and you will pass along the gifts that you have received. Being a fifth-dimensional leader is not a job or position, it is a way of life. As a fifth-dimensional leader, you honor the inner leadership to which you have connected and lovingly assist others to find their inner leadership. Dear leaders, it is important that you connect with like-minded people. Unity consciousness is the basis of fifth-dimensional leaderless leadership. Therefore, give yourself the gift of meeting with those with whom you can be totally open and honest. We, the Arcturians, can clearly perceive the swiftly approaching now in which your expanded awareness will be sought after and received with opened hearts. We realize that many of you have had to hide in plain sight so that you could continue the safe and comfortable life on third-dimensional Earth. You knew that your time was not yet. Therefore you waited for your clarion call before you would come out from deep cover and be the vanguards of your new reality. Beloved ones, the clarion call is now. Soon, yes, that dreaded word soon that has disappointed you again and again, soon you will see about you the beginnings of the new world for which you have longed. Some have had this longing for their entire life, and others have just awakened to the inner knowing that has taunted the long-awakened ones. We tell you now that your inner knowing was actually a vision from beyond time. Now that your time is blurring into the now, your inner visions of a reality based on multidimensional light and unconditional love is coming into manifestation. Be patient, as the dying off of the old creates the chaos of immense change. To move smoothly through this final transition, we advise that you release all your old habits of limitation. Surrender to the unknown by falling into your high heart. Enter chaos as the spiritual warrior that you are. Use your great courage to act as your true self in your daily life. Our dear descending ones, we Arcturians are everywhere now. We fill your skies with our ships. We embody many human and animal earth vessels. We are entering the consciousness of all those who can embrace our unconditional love, and we speak through the messages of the many earth bodies that we have chosen to work. We honor our many earth beings in human, animal, planetary and elemental form. You are the creators of New Earth and you are creating it now. Your galactic family, the Arcturians. As channeled by Drive Suzan Caroll-Suzanne Light. Website, SuzanneLightPhD.blogspot.co.uk